Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Matthew, the 14th chapter. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahweh Shai, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. So he thought Yahweh Shai was John the Baptist resurrected. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife, because he married his brother's wife, and John rebuked him. So he put him in jail. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. So he feared that there would be a riot and uprising if he put John to death, because they believed John the Baptist was a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, so her mother told her beforehand, Look, when he asks you what you want, you tell him this, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. Damn. And the king was very sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, because he had promised her whatever she wanted. And of them which sat at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. And the Most High did that on purpose, because John's purpose was done, right? His job was to usher in Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai was there now. So he now had to go down a base while the Lord abounded. And this his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it, and went and told Yahweh Shai. And when Yahweh Shai heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. And Yahweh Shai went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals, so they can get something to eat. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. So you bring some food and let them eat. And they said unto him, we have but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. So here it is. He just keep giving. He just keep giving it to them, and there's just more and more and more. He's like, we just gave you 5. How do you have so much? That was the use of spiritual power. And they did all eat and were filled, and took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. So they had leftovers. And then see, and so when the Lord says we're gonna eat, we don't gotta worry about anything. Because look at this miracle right here. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children. And straightway Yahweh Shai constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and to go before him onto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. So he said, you know what, you get in the ship, I'll meet you on the other side, I'm going to send the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the 4th watch, it's around like in the AMs, maybe like 2, 3 a.m. of the night, Yahweh Shai went unto them, walking on the sea. Hey, the wind is tumultuous, it's dark, and you see a man walking on the sea coming towards you. Of all places, towards you. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled. So one of them probably looking, his eyes are probably closing a little bit. He said, hold on. He rubs his eyes a bit. He opens it wide. Oh, shit. He taps the next person. Oh, yo, look at this. The next person looks. Hey! He taps the next person. And he turns around. He's, oh, shit. Hey, look. Hey, what's going on here, man? Saying, it is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. So that, because they thought it was like an apparition. But straightway Yahweh Shai spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. So if it's you, let me come onto the water to you. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. So he was doing good. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid. So that wind gave him a little snap. He said, oh shit, hold on. And began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou little faith, why didst thou doubt? So why did you doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth thou art the Son of God. And when they were gone over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they sent out into all that country round about, and brought unto him all that were diseased. So the second they knew he was there, yeah, you go get all the sick. Oh, every single one of them, and bring them here so he can heal them. And besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole. Just by even touching his clothing, they were healed. And that brings us to the end of the book of Matthew, the 14th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.